Courage is not an innate instinct, but a quality that needs to be nurtured and developed every day. As a father, you can become the most powerful source of inspiration for your child to learn how to face fear, overcome challenges, and grow stronger. But how can you ignite courage in your child? In this video, we will explore practical and effective strategies to cultivate courage in children, from being a role model to encouraging them to face small challenges in daily life. Stay tuned until the end to discover powerful techniques to help your child become more confident and resilient every day. If you're new to my channel, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button and like the video to receive more awesome content. Richard, a father from Boston, once faced a major challenge at work when his company was on the brink of bankruptcy. Instead of avoiding the situation, he stood up and persuaded the leadership and colleagues to seek solutions together. He shared with his son, Oliver, his feelings of anxiety, but also his determination to take action for the greater good. Children learn from actions, not just words. By demonstrating courage in his own life, Richard helped Oliver understand that facing challenges is a natural part of life. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The obstacle in the way becomes the way. What stands in the way becomes the path." Richard didn't just talk about courage, he showed it in action, giving Oliver a clear example of resilience. Richard also displayed courage through small acts like keeping promises to his family, admitting mistakes, and apologizing when necessary. He often shared stories of Oliver's grandfather, who migrated from Europe to America with nothing and built a life from scratch. These actions helped Oliver understand that courage is not limited to grand moments but is reflected in everyday decisions. Most importantly, Richard always encouraged his son to challenge himself, persuading Oliver to join the basketball team despite his fear of failure. With his father's support, Oliver learned to confront and overcome his fears. Remember, being a courageous role model is the greatest gift a father can give. Your actions are the guiding light for your child's journey to developing courage. Encouraging your child to face challenges is crucial in developing courage. Richard understood that shielding Oliver from every failure would only make him less resilient. Instead, he allowed Oliver to test himself in various situations, knowing that failure was a possibility. Once, when Oliver wanted to join the school drama club but feared he wasn't good enough, Richard encouraged him to give it a try. He shared his own experience of facing the fear of failure during a major work project and how confronting it led to success. This story eased Oliver's worries and motivated him to try. Although he didn't land the lead role, he learned that stepping out of his comfort zone was more valuable than winning. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." When helping your child face challenges, explain that fear is often exaggerated by the mind. Failure is not the end, but a valuable lesson for growth. Richard often created small challenges for Oliver to build his courage, such as giving a class presentation or trying a new sport. The key was not to force, but to encourage voluntary participation. He reminded Oliver that the goal was personal growth, not perfection. When Oliver faced failure, Richard avoided criticism. Instead, he helped his son reflect by asking, "What did you learn from this experience? And what could you do differently next time?" This approach helped Oliver see failure as a natural part of growth. Encouraging your child to face challenges equips them with tools to build courage and resilience. By being present, listening, and guiding, you are helping your child develop a strong spirit, ready to face any challenge life presents. A resilient mindset forms the foundation of courage. Richard understood that equipping his son, Oliver, with a strong mindset would help him overcome challenges in life. He regularly taught Oliver that courage is not the absence of fear, but acting despite fear. One evening, Oliver felt anxious about an important math test. Instead of dismissing his fears, Richard encouraged him to acknowledge his emotions. He said, "Feeling nervous is normal. It shows you care about the result. What matters most is how you've prepared." This perspective helped Oliver realize that fear can be a motivator. Richard also shared stories of historical figures who demonstrated resilience, such as Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. He emphasized that failure is a natural part of growth, helping Oliver see mistakes as opportunities to learn. To further build resilience, Richard set practical challenges for Oliver, like completing a complex puzzle or running daily. Each time Oliver succeeded, Richard reinforced his efforts with praise. See, when you stay persistent, you can achieve anything. Moreover, Richard taught Oliver positive affirmations such as, "I can do it," and "mistakes help me grow." These affirmations boosted Oliver's self-belief and emotional strength. Ultimately, Richard showed Oliver that resilience isn't just for big achievements, but applies to everyday situations, from studying and sports to helping around the house. This approach helped Oliver understand that persistence and mental toughness are keys to facing life's challenges. Let's come together to support our community. If you are a kind person, please hit the like button on this video and leave some energetic comments to spread positive vibes. Together, we can make a difference. Self-esteem plays a crucial role in building courage in children. Richard knew that a child with healthy self-esteem would more easily face challenges and overcome fears. Therefore, he focused on helping his son, Oliver, recognize his value through practical actions. Richard began by giving Oliver opportunities to make his own decisions. He allowed Oliver to choose his favorite sports, manage his study schedule, and resolve minor conflicts independently. When Oliver succeeded, Richard offered specific praise, emphasizing effort over results. "You worked really hard and completed the task well. I'm proud of your persistence." In situations where Oliver made mistakes, Richard avoided criticism and instead engaged in reflective conversations. He asked, "What do you think you learned from this experience?" This helped Oliver see mistakes as learning moments rather than personal failures. Once, Oliver was nervous about speaking in front of his class. Richard listened attentively and shared his own childhood experiences of stage fright. He guided Oliver through small steps, like practicing in front of a mirror and presenting to the family. Gradually, Oliver developed confidence and self-esteem. Richard also emphasized the importance of recognizing personal qualities beyond achievements. He frequently reminded Oliver of his kindness, honesty, and responsibility. This reinforced the idea that self-worth comes from character, not just accomplishments. Over time, Richard noticed Oliver's self-esteem growing stronger. He became more proactive in facing challenges and less fearful of failure. Through patience, encouragement, and a positive environment, Richard successfully nurtured his son's self-esteem, empowering him to be a strong and courageous child. Emotional control is a core skill in building courage. Richard understood that his son, Oliver, needed to learn how to recognize and manage his emotions to face life's challenges effectively. One day, Oliver returned home feeling upset after a basketball game. Instead of minimizing his feelings, Richard sat down and listened attentively. He encouraged Oliver to express his emotions by asking, "How are you feeling? What made you feel this way?" This approach helped Oliver learn to identify his emotions, a crucial first step in managing them. Richard also taught Oliver practical techniques for handling negative emotions. He introduced deep breathing exercises, journaling, and counting down from 10 to calm himself when feeling frustrated or angry. These strategies helped Oliver realize that emotions are temporary and manageable with practice. Another principle Richard emphasized was not letting emotions control actions. He reminded Oliver that feelings of anger or worry are normal, but should not dictate decisions or behavior. For example, when Oliver felt upset with a classmate, Richard advised him to step back and think before reacting. Richard highlighted the importance of positive thinking as well. When Oliver faced setbacks, instead of self-blame, Richard encouraged him to focus on what he did well and how he could improve next time. This approach helped Oliver develop the habit of turning negative emotions into motivation for growth. Through consistent guidance and practical lessons, Richard helped Oliver build emotional control. Over time, Oliver became more confident, capable of facing challenging situations and maintaining courage in all circumstances. Richard understood that to cultivate courage in his son, Oliver, it was essential to start with small challenges. He avoided imposing overly difficult tasks at the beginning and instead built Oliver's confidence through gradual successes. One day, when Oliver felt anxious about giving a presentation in class, Richard didn't force him to speak immediately before a crowd. Instead, he encouraged Oliver to practice speaking in front of a mirror, then with family members. These small steps helped Oliver become familiar with the feeling of nervousness and gradually overcome it. Richard also introduced daily challenges such as completing household chores without reminders, reading a new book, or trying a new sport. These simple tasks taught Oliver that success results from effort and practice, not luck. When Oliver expressed interest in learning how to swim but felt intimidated by deep water, Richard accompanied him throughout the process. They started in a shallow pool and gradually moved to deeper areas as Oliver gained confidence. Each small success during the swimming lessons helped Oliver confront his fears step by step. A critical aspect Richard emphasized was focusing on effort rather than results. When Oliver failed to complete a task, Richard refrained from criticism and instead asked, "What do you think you learned from this experience?" This question helped Oliver understand that failure is an opportunity for growth and learning. Furthermore, Richard carefully designed challenges that matched Oliver's age and ability. The tasks were neither too easy nor too difficult, ensuring a balanced level that prevented boredom while avoiding discouragement. This thoughtful balance was key to building Oliver's confidence and courage. By intentionally setting small challenges, Richard helped Oliver develop courage naturally. Step by step, Oliver learned to face his fears, build self-confidence, and become a stronger, more resilient child. Richard understood that to help his son, Oliver, develop courage, he needed to be a reliable companion and support system. This didn't mean intervening in every situation, but being a steady presence when Oliver needed him most. When Oliver participated in a school debate competition, he felt nervous and lacked confidence. Instead of solving the problem for his son, Richard listened to Oliver's concerns and helped him create a preparation plan. He encouraged daily practice and reminded him that mistakes were part of learning. During challenging times, Richard not only gave advice, but also shared personal stories from his life. He recounted his own first experience speaking in public and the nervousness he felt. These real-life stories made Oliver feel understood and inspired him to overcome his fears. Richard also recognized that support didn't mean shielding his son from failure. When Oliver didn't win the top prize in the competition, Richard focused on praising his effort and determination rather than the result. Together, they reviewed areas for improvement, helping Oliver understand that failure was part of personal growth. Moreover, Richard often created bonding moments with Oliver, through activities like hiking, playing sports, and reading together. These activities not only strengthened their relationship, but also provided opportunities for Richard to share values of courage and perseverance. Richard's continuous presence and support helped Oliver gain more confidence in facing challenges. Oliver gradually learned that no matter how difficult the situation, his father was always there to listen, guide, and believe in his abilities. The story of Richard and Oliver clearly demonstrates that courage is not an innate trait, but the result of guidance, practice, and patient companionship from parents. Richard not only helped his son overcome fear, but also created opportunities for Oliver to discover the value of resilience himself. Through small challenges, from classroom presentations to sports participation and dealing with failure, Oliver learned that courage is the ability to control emotions and act despite fear. The takeaway from this story is that true support means not shielding children from failure, but guiding them on how to face and learn from it. Courage is not just about overcoming significant challenges, but also about persistence in everyday actions. Be the patient parent who listens and provides children with opportunities to grow step by step. Ultimately, courage is the foundation that helps children become strong, resilient, and confident individuals, ready to face life's difficulties. Thank you for watching this video. Let's support our wonderful community by hitting subscribe and turning on notifications right now. Show everyone that you're living kindly by liking the video and sharing your experiences in the comments. Take action now to spread positive energy.